happens when the dream of starting a family collides with unexpected setbacks and a path that looks nothing like what was planned. This episode shares a personal fertility journey from the diminished ovarian reserve to navigating the emotional roller coaster of IVF. Through moments of disappointment, this episode is a powerful reminder that sometimes the journey to motherhood is about more than the destination. It's a journey of hope and believing before you can hold your baby. Welcome to
Faith and Fertility Talks,
the podcast where faith grows, hope rises, and testimonies transform. Hi, ladies. I am your host, Gabby, and I am so elated to welcome you to the third episode of Faith and Fertility Talks. This is a space where women courageously share their personal fertility journeys, the highs, the heartbreaks, the waiting seasons, and the victories. Some episodes will feature women sharing their stories, and other times I'll have the privilege of sharing their journeys on their behalf. My prayer is that every episode encourages your heart, strengthens your faith, and reminds you that even in the uncertainty, you are deeply loved, your prayers and tears are seen by God, and you are never alone. With that being said, let's dive into today's episode and hear Ashley's story. I'm Ashley, 41 years old, lifelong New Orleans, wife, mother, and healthcare professional. I love my family, traveling, and yelping. After marrying in January 2021, I felt ready for this next chapter of my life. My husband and I were pretty adamant about building our family right away. I typed this, I can't help but think. You want to make God laugh. Tell him your plans. Initially, we thought getting pregnant would come easily. I came from a family of women who have several children. I'm actually one of 6 kids. My fertility journey began like most with a trip to the gyne to remove my IUD and to start family planning. The appointment was in February 2021. My IUD was removed and AMH was collected. The very next week, I called to get the results as they didn't appear in my chart. When I spoke with the nurse, she informed me that I needed to come in to review the results. Come in? What? At the sound of that, I knew something was amiss. I didn't get too worried as I was able to get in the next day. During that visit, I learned that my AMH level was just 0.75, indicating diminished ovarian reserve and low egg count. My gyne then said, I have to refer you to a fertility specialist. I can't remember what I thought at the first time hearing that a fertility specialist would be a part of my journey to motherhood. But I do remember thinking, how am I going to share this information with my husband when I don't have all the answers? My husband and I talked about it and decided to wait till after the holiday season. But the worry festered inside of me. Attending family gatherings filled with baby talk and the dreaded question, when are you going to have babies, became increasingly painful. These moments were amplified when I went to baby showers, feeling like I might be a dark cloud over someone else's special day. Determined to find answers, I met with a fertility specialist in November 2021, which began my whirlwind of tests, blood work, and ultrasounds. We were told that while IUI might work, IVF will likely give us the best chance of success. Yet, our insurance set a hurdle. We had to have 3 documented failed IUIs before IVF would be covered. This meant enduring 3 2-week waits, countless injections, and hearing the heartbreaking news, you are not pregnant 3 times. Only God got my husband and I through that. Almost a year passed in this frustrating cycle, and I often wrestled with my feelings of sadness and confusion. I had done all the things and in order. I have a successful career, helped my siblings with their kids, got married, bought a house, and yet I was still without the one thing I wanted most, and no accolades or good deeds could fix my low egg count. During this journey, a friend offered solid advice: create a space for your baby. She encouraged me to visualize my future child, hear their cry, and see them walking around the house. Taking her words to heart, I wrote a simple message on a pink sticky note, "Baby's Room," and placed it on the wall in our future baby's room. This small act opened my heart to my future child and made it feel real. As I continued the fertility treatments, I committed to self care with weekly acupuncture sections and saying yes to all the trips I could take because I knew a baby was on the way. I remember the day the fertility clinic called and said, "Your insurance will cover the IVF, but only 3 rounds." I thought, only? Like, how many rounds should I be expecting? Our first egg retrieval was in September 2022, and it didn't produce any viable embryos. Such a devastating blow. That same month, we took a trip to Africa where I hit the reset button on gratitude and embracing what I do have. On our last night in Africa, I went to the hotel's gift shop, and a doll depicting a Tanzanian mother dressed in a pink African printed dress, carrying a baby girl on her back in a colorful sack, caught my eye. Needless to say, I bought the doll and told myself it's a gift for my future daughter. Our second egg retrieval was in November 2022. I was blessed with 3 embryos, but as time passed, only one good great female embryo survived. I remember going into the fertility doctor's office to sign the mountain of paperwork, confirming my desire to implant my embryo. I remember I had to initial next to a line that read X good grade. I felt a deep sense of calm and comforting presence of God guiding me as I initiated. On January 30th, 2023, my precious embryo was implanted with my mother by my side. I prayed that my daughter would bury herself into my womb, find comfort, and hold on to her mommy. My baby girl did just that, and she grew and grew and grew. And at 39 weeks and 5 days later, I gave birth to Mommy's Sweet Cheeks, a healthy baby girl. I was so overwhelmed and the tears were pouring. She was healthy and ours, and in that moment, I became a mother. Currently, I am a proud mama of 2 beautiful girls. My eldest is now 2.5 years old, and my youngest is just 8 months old. She came to us spontaneously. No fertility treatments or medications needed. As I reflect on this journey, my heartfelt advice to women navigating fertility challenges is the same wisdom my friend shared. Create a space for your baby. Keep your heart and orbit open for God's ultimate gift. Thank you for listening till the end. I truly hope this testimony blessed you, uplifted your spirit, and renewed your hope. If it did, I invite you to share it with a friend or family member who may need encouragement. Post it to your socials or leave a review. Your support helps these stories reach the hearts of those that need it as well. This is more than a podcast. It's a safe space to be seen, heard, and uplifted. Until next episode, keep holding on to hope. Thank you for tuning into
Faith and Fertility Talks.